We got placed with Raphael in May of 2017, and then we traveled to Congo in September of 2017.
He was so small.
I just remember
he was so small.
Our trip ended with a beach day, and then I just remember him on the way home, and he was just zonked out, and it was just this really beautiful moment. I felt like he was part of our family, really, for the first time.
So during our process with Raphael, when we went on our bonding trip, there was only 9 kids at that orphanage. One of the hospitals was trafficking babies and selling them to other orphanages. And so Moana Villages exposed that. And so all of a sudden, an orphanage that had 9 kids got 20 more babies over the course of 3 months. As these kids started flooding in, I just felt this call to pray just over this list of kids. There was one name on that list, it would pop out, I don't know.
I think I prayed like, God, just lead us if Florence is supposed to be our daughter or something along those lines.
And I was thinking in my head, if he knew what I was praying, he would not be saying that. We were like, who would tell us that this is a good idea? They've all watched us blood, sweat, and tears for over a year now in the adoption process. Who would say, yeah, overlap, this is going so smoothly, sure. We had a dear friend who's a prayer warrior, and when we called, she said, you're thinking about adopting another child, aren't you? And we jaw to the floor, and then other people just speaking affirmation and wisdom over us, and we were like, so this isn't a wild idea.
So Raphael came home in September of 2019 and really felt like we just needed a church that was an expression of our family's story.
When we visited and I saw the slides translated at the bottom in French and then Swahili, my first thing was, oh, this is for us. Because at that time, Raphael was still speaking a lot of French. And then to see the African culture celebrated and embraced at Northside just really helped us. We want to have our kids stay connected to their first culture, and so we feel like Northside just supports that. It's just a really cool place.
Just walking in there, it just felt like this was our church home that we had been missing. There's not very many areas where we can walk in and the people don't give us weird looks or say weird things. We can just go into that environment and we're known and loved.
Well, our last piece was getting her passport, her Congolese passport. So when it was green light, it was green light time. It was wild because the president's inauguration was set to happen and the embassy was trying to expedite our final paperwork to get us out of there. Everything got closed down, all streets, everything, men on the corners with machine guns. There was a piece of paperwork we had to show. It was what told the government of Congo that we could leave the country with this child. And the man at the desk was trying to keep it. We finally compromised that he could go make a copy, and he went and took it. And then it was still like, Lord, please, are we really gonna get to the airport and this all fall apart? He was gone for like 40 minutes. And I just kept thinking, Waymaker, Waymaker, because I had seen God do that over and over and over again. Finally, he came back and I got to take off, and I had Florence in my seat right next to me. It was surreal. And I just was grinning ear to ear underneath my N95 mask.
I remember we had everyone in the minivan together. We realized that we needed a new vehicle because with that many people.
Yeah, sitting around our kitchen table, and we have everyone here. Like, we are done with the adoption process. It was been an amazing and crazy ride. God was just so faithful.
we're really blessed by these two people coming into our house to complete our family.